Portland mobs just stormed their local ICE jail, and here come the troops. Oh, they're running. Nope, that guy tripped over his skateboard. Okay, so he's going to jail. His friend just got ejected, but his other friend's going to jail too. Oh, they didn't expect that. Oh no, they thought they were going to get inside this place and free the fugitives, and now they're going in all right, that's for sure. These guys tried all weekend to break in, but they kept getting help from federal troops. Look at this. This is crazy. It's like a battlefield. Oh, they're shooting the ground in front of that guy to get him back up. There goes one of the frog characters. What a zoo of chaos. People who hate America. Look at them. Gee whiz, man. Look at these radicals. This is insane. The number of people getting arrested. Oh, he dropped his water bottle. Yeah, I think they have water in here. Apparently it's pretty nice inside. And now he's gonna get to see the inside. Looks like they got her too. And she doesn't want to go in either. This is crazy. Look at this guy. Oh, they got this person. They just arrested that person.
You guys are such insecure.
Yeah, that's what happens. You want to assault federal agents and you run away. You think these guys aren't going to come get you? Look, these guys mean business. Ooh, that was some sort of explosion. You've got ordnance going both ways. These protesters are violent. They wear their costumes like that bunny rabbit costume, and then they pick up smoke grenades like this. Look, see? See, look, throwing them back at the federal agents. This and trying to stop them. These guys do not want to leave. They are not peaceful. Peaceful protesters don't throw things back. And they don't need to be dealt with this way anyways because they just obey lawful commands. Look, see them trying to throw the smoke canisters onto the roof? That's their objective. They're trying to launch them up there where the paintball snipers are to try to get them to leave. It's so stupid. Meanwhile, local police... I don't think local police are ready for any of this. They've been so defunded. They can't deal with these people. Not at all. This is wild. I can't even believe this is happening somewhere in America. Whoa! Oh, look, see? Look, they just launched one of those up there on the roof. That ain't peace, man. That is all-out war. And they want to blame ICE for starting stuff when they're the ones that won't leave. Look at them. They won't go. Oh, they threw another one. I can't believe how well-restrained the federal government is. If anything, they should be arresting more people. Ooh. Look, you see all the costume frogs? There's a pink frog. Haven't seen that one before. This is terrible. Every 2 seconds, another bomb blows up.
National Guard just confirmed headed to Portland. Let the games begin, folks. Let the games begin. And you gotta arrest all those criminals. Arrest all those criminals. It's crazy. It's crazy, folks. It's time for the federal marshals to arrest even some of the mayors and the governors also. Yeah. The agents need to do their job well. If they have time to riot, they have time to get jobs. Those people, those protesters. What's even crazy is that the Portland government seems to be supporting this kind of behavior. It's crazy, folks. That is crazy. Because some people, what they don't understand is that when you stop protesting peacefully, destroying property, and start breaking the law, it does nothing to help your cause. It does nothing. You see?
Look at this. And these Antifa people. Look, they're trying to rally the resistance. But for what? They're never going to get inside this place. It's all propaganda. They want to make it look like they're out here wearing their Halloween costumes and they're being peaceful. They're trying to go back into the facility, but the rioters are still attacking them, so they have to, like, project force as they back up. Unbelievable. Ooh, that was a big blast. Sounds like some other part of the world where you have an ongoing conflict that never ends. That's what this is. Look, just to get a couple vehicles. These are the agents trying to go home. This guy's saying he lives here. And he's destroying his own city. Here they go again. They will not stop. It's like Halloween every day in Portland, Oregon, man. Look at that. Look at that. This person's just standing in the smoke. But even when they're not fighting, listen to how they treat the officers. Oh! The shoving. Look. Just screaming the entire time. Got their pro-Palestine attire. They're here for every leftist cause you can imagine. Look how militant these people are. They're full of hate. All to protect who? Federal fugitives who don't even belong in America? Look at this guy with his hands up. He's got his hands up like this, and he's walking towards the police. Look, see him walk towards them? See? They won't back up. Wow, there's like several arrests going on. This is so ridiculous. Look, they're gonna arrest, oh, that guy. He's trying to get away. Oh, look. Right here. This guy right here, he goes like this, and he pushes the agents and goes like this. It's all fake peaceful protesting. Watch, you'll see him do it again right here. Look, see, he put his hands on that officer and then put his hands up like, I'm peaceful. Not at all, man. Not at all. Look, they keep going after him. They're agitating, like, deliberately. They need to be making more arrests out here, man. I'm sorry. These Antifa people, they are not going anywhere until they go into a jail. Look at them. Look at them jeering, yelling. And look at this. You can't even drive down the street where the ICE facility is without having to deal with these Antifa traffic people who are just totally deranged. Look at them. Look at these guys throwing themselves on this vehicle. They don't even know who's in that vehicle. They just see a vehicle headed this direction. It's an SUV and they go nuts. It might not even be an ICE vehicle. They're just totally disrupting their entire environment here. For what? They're terrorizing the law-abiding? Oh, look at all the gas. Wow, you can't even see. Look at it. It's like they're in a cloud of gas, which they brought upon themselves and then blame ICE for. That's how this works. Look at this. Look, they're using their signs to try and fan the smoke. Oh, and they're shooting more of those paintballs filled with a crowd disbursement agent at the protesters who won't disperse. This is so crazy. No Portland police anywhere. These are all federal police and troops. And snipers. What are they going to do next? Look at this guy in his Halloween costume right here, which he's been wearing for 2 weeks. Standing in front of this place. Oh, is that more gas? These are the people that want nothing more than to free every illegal fugitive in that jail and in our country and just let the whole place burn to the ground. Speaking of which, watch this. Ooh. Wow. This is crazy. These people are in the country illegally. They're hiding out in a Portland apartment. And of course, it's an apartment they live in with their family. Since this is a sanctuary city, this is where ICE has to go to find these people. And apparently, these folks were part of a group that rammed a vehicle and then escaped, and they had to be tracked down to this apartment. Look what happened to this place. Listen, this is why we have rules, and they have to be obeyed. Is this fun? No, but it's necessary because sanctuary cities do this to themselves. If they would let these people get arrested when they're in a jail or when they're already in custody, nobody would have to go to a home and arrest anybody. And if these folks would obey our laws and self-deport, this wouldn't have to happen either.
For the No Kings March, a demonstration opposing President Donald Trump and his policies.
These people think they're peaceful.
The protesters flooding the streets of downtown Portland, crossing both the Hawthorne and Morrison bridges, shutting them both down to cars.
This is the same Antifa people.
Just be able to see that we are not a war-torn city, that we're actually a healthy, happy, joyful city.
I don't know, man. Nobody here looks like they're part of some healthy, shining example of why people would ever want to live in America.
Then many of them headed to the ICE building
Of course
in South
they did.
Portland.
We know
Federal
that.
agents waiting for them. Tensions rising. The crowd
Look
in
at,
the
they got the
street, on the
skateboards.
sidewalk, outside of ICE, blocking the vehicle entrance at times.
So
Federal agents
stupid.
used tear gas and pepper bullets to push them back.
Look at all the
We saw
strobes.
2 people detained by federal agents. Portland police arresting several people as well.
Oh, the Portland police were there.
posting on their social media saying,
They must have told the news that they were coming because they weren't there for any of the footage we just witnessed. But let's hear what they said on social media. I'm curious.
Portland police posting on their social media saying the 3 people they detained were booked into the Multnomah
Okay.
County Jail on criminal charges, including assault, bias crime, and harassment.
But we know that doesn't do anything because the local laws here don't actually punish those people, or else they'd already all be in jail. No, they get released. They're always back out.
Because if it was in the 1960s, this crowd would have had dogs and water hoses. It's out of control. But you gotta arrest them and defund those protesters. Whoever is funding these people, they need to be investigated. They need to be investigated. Arrest all these people. And you know what? The mayors and the governors, they need to be held accountable. They need to be held accountable for their cities being a complete disaster. Arrest them all. Arrest them all. These mayors and governors, they need to be held accountable. They need to be held accountable for their cities being a complete disaster. They need to be held accountable. And you know what? They also need to start arresting the politicians who are encouraging this kind of behavior. Yeah, they gotta be arrested also. Otherwise, it may never end. It may never end. But hey, the goodness of the matter is that the National Guard is on their way. It's on their way. And guess what? People voted for this. People voted for a cleanup. Yes, there's gotta be a cleanup. And you know what? These people don't hate America. They hate themselves. They hate themselves. Yeah. Defund all those cities. Put the rioters in jail. Put the rioters in jail. It's unbelievable. And man, to some extent, we really gotta say that the ICE, they're doing a great job. They're doing a great job. And the left man has gone crazy. They've gone completely crazy. You see? Because if somebody is arrested at least twice, they should be in prison for at least a year. Don't quickly release them. They should be in prison. And people are even delusional to think that the mob that is trying to free criminals will ever be considered anything other than being criminals themselves. You see? Because this is not how you do it. This is not how you do it. And why aren't more of these people arrested and put into the federal jails? You see? I honestly think that the city of Portland is basically engaged in an insurrection against the federal government at this point, because it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. I think these people, they don't really understand how the federal government is being nice to them, because it could have been something else. It could have been something else. You see? It's absolutely insane that people are actingly in the open, acting this way towards federal agents. And then they act surprised when it's time to face the repercussions for their actions. They all need to be arrested. There is no other way. They all need to be arrested as many times as it may take. Folks, this is not peaceful. This is not how you do it. Hey, but the goodness of the matter is, the National Guard is headed to Portland. It's headed to Portland. Because when you look at these videos, man, it seems as if we are looking at people with zero purpose in their life, destroying their own country, so that they can create a lifetime of having no purpose and getting handouts. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Well, I think it's time to bring out the water cannons and even shut down the cell phones within blocks away of the facility because they are acting crazy. They're acting crazy. There's no protest. These are riots. It's crazy. But hey, the people voted for a cleanup. So it's time for a cleanup. Arrest and charge everyone who steps 1 foot out of bounds. Yeah. Everyone who's arrested, they must face severe punishment or severe punishment consequence.